Hi, hello, and welcome. And today we are going to look at another Love Don't Judge video. This one titled, I Control My Three Partners 24/7. So yeah, that one caught my attention, shall we say. So let's just get right into it.
I control my three partners 24/7. Their outfits are fully approved. Everyone is location tracked. I have access to all of their messages, all of their communications. They need approval to eat. Oftentimes they'll eat out of dog bowls. This is a...
Sorry, what? They eat out of dog bowls? Brother, that just seems degrading to me. Is that a degradation kink then? I don't know. That seems weird to me.
Girls, come in.
Yes, Daddy.
Brother,
Not the yes, Daddy. I don't like that. I do not like it. Okay, so he has 3 ladies, all of which he controls, apparently, like daily. I know people will engage in like this kind of kink behavior where they like to do the whole oh daddy dom thing, and someone is controlling them constantly. But 24 hours, like 24/7. If you're gonna go to the store, you know, like does he have to come with you? And there's 3 of them, so like do they have to do everything together? If he's gonna control everything, and if he's doing it 24/7, they have no free second at all. How does this function? Just like practically. I know there's so many other issues with this, but I guess my mind is just boggled by like the practicality of this whole thing. Because how does this household function? You know?
This is Brenda, aka Bluefy, 1. This is Samantha, aka Bean, 2. And this is Adriana, aka Age, 3.
Age? Bluefy, Bean, and Age? Alright, you've read too much sci-fi, haven't you? What the hell? Why do they have different names? That's a bit odd. Also, I'm not enjoying that whole... Okay, whatever. It's not good. Let me tell you, it ain't good.
I control my 3 partners 24/7.
My husband, Scott, who has not 1, but 2 girlfriends.
We've been...
Oh, okay, so she's the main one, apparently. She's the main wife, it seems like. So she is the one who's married to him. So I'm guessing these 2 got together and then he got 2 girlfriends. Are you involved with the girlfriends then? I wonder. Is this like a poly type thing?
We had actually talked about bringing other women into the relationship pretty often throughout our relationship, even from the beginning. And we wanted to figure out how to best make our relationship work. Whatever Daddy wants, Daddy gets.
I met Daddy 7 years ago.
These are some some intensive looks going on around here, honestly.
I have not been in a relationship of this kind.
And me neither. Daddy was my first real relationship altogether, so first time for everything.
I don't like that they're actually like referring to him as Daddy as if that's his name. Also, this I feel is quite revealing, isn't it, of him? I don't know, it just feels revealing to me that this would be the artwork they have. Also, like, it's always like guys like this, you know what I mean? This is kind of like an Adam Sandler movie when he decides which woman is going to be his wife, you know, in every movie. I'm just saying.
Good morning, Daddy.
Good morning.
Everybody finish up their morning routines?
Yes, Daddy.
Yes,
All right, cool. This is a copy of the contract that they all have with me. I made my wife and 2 girlfriends sign a contract.
They have a contract? What I'm wondering, though, to be quite honest, like, I get it, it's probably mainly for, like, his and their, hopefully, satisfaction or whatever. But what I'm genuinely wondering is, since it's, like, a human and, you know, servant type thing, would this contract actually be legally binding? I don't know why these are the things my mind is thinking about, but I'm literally wondering, like, would this be a actually binding contract? Or does it not work like that? Is it just like a prop for funsies? Or would a lawyer actually be like, actually, Daddy says you could not do this in the contract that you signed. Are there lawyers for this? I don't know.
Contract basically encapsulates everything that pertains to their day-to-day lives, rules, structures, adherences, punishments, all that. After reviewing and signing, typically, and for us, is done in blood.
To me,
Wait, huh? Did you say it was signed in blood? Wait, hold on. Did I hear that right?
Reviewing and signing, typically, and for us, is done in blood.
Okay. All right. Which? Which? But, okay. It's done in blood? The signing? Okay. How does that function? Do you all just like do like the prick yourself and then you go on the thing?
I mean, signing the contract in blood is definitely a little bit extra, and I don't think most people do that, but I'm a fan of theatrics.
Okay, you know what? Okay, fine. I'll allow it. This is really weird, and I'll allow it because he is admitting to it. You know what? I don't know. Call me crazy, but I'm kind of fine because he's aware of it. You know, he's like, that's not really what normal people do, but you know, it's very dramatic and extreme, and I'm a fan of theatrics. You know what? Yeah, I believe you. You seem like a theater kid, kind of honestly. I can see this, and the fact that you're admitting it and you're like aware of it, I'm like, all right, okay, I can see this. Let's see. Okay, it says, following terms of exclusivity. Daddy is permitted to, we don't know. Daddy may give or, we don't know. Follow all rules. Slave? Hold up now. So is it actually in the contract, it seems? Oh my god, yes, it's a slave's veto power. The slave does not have any veto power? I don't know how I feel about that. Also, the whole signing in blood. Don't think that's legally binding, sir. Sir, don't think that's legally binding. I think you gotta have an actual autograph going on for that, you know? Very white of this man to have a slave in his contract, isn't it? Oof. That's a mighty American of you. Are you from the South? That would explain a lot. I'm not a fan of that. Him, couldn't it be like, I don't know, like all the other weird shit people do? I'm sorry, not the king shame, but all the other stuff that people do when it's like daddy is the dom and then it's like the sub or something. Can we like call it that at least? I mean, why does it have to be slave specifically? You know?
Asked me to sign a contract. I was absolutely willing to do so. I'm here to serve him, and that's part of my service.
When Daddy first brought it up to me, I was a little bit nervous, a little bit hesitant. I read through it very thoroughly.
Okay, good. At least she read through it very thoroughly, and she's like, hopefully really thought about this. By the way, look at this. A rock on this lady's finger. She's the favored one, the chosen one. But they also got rings going on. What's this? He's also clearly a fan of the whole sweatery top and short mini skirt, high boots combo. Clearly, because they're all wearing it. Also, this guy, is he not? I'm sorry. Okay, he's probably a nice guy and everything, but does he or does he not kind of give the vibe of, notice me, senpai, notice me?
Notice me, senpai, notice me.
Does he not kind of have the vibe of that guy? I think so. He kind of reminds me of that. I don't know. When I see him, that's what I think of.
Talked to him about it in detail, and though I was nervous and we hadn't met yet, I just had a really good feeling about him.
Wait, what? Did they sign the contract before they met? Is that what she said?
Very thoroughly. Talked to him about it in detail, and though I was nervous and we hadn't met yet,
Yeah! She 100% said she read the contract, was very nervous about it, and they hadn't met at that point. That's a bit weird. No, that's weird to me. I don't know. This like, I feel like this guy maybe read 50 Shades of Grey and he's like,
oh yeah. That's so me, bro. That's so me. I can totally dominate like that.
I just had a really good feeling about him.
You had a good feeling about him, did you? Not to judge or anything, but
most of the rules at this point in time are structure. So things like the time that they have to wake up every day, what they wear, their outfits are...
I knew it. He dictates what they wear. I freaking knew it. And he clearly has like a thing for the like slightly dollsy type, you know, with like the mini short skirt, the thighs and the thigh high boots and the sweatery type shirt. I knew it because they were all wearing it.
Fresh on the skirt. Can you see it?
Love it. This is my symbol I use for ownership that they're about to have branded on them, but...
They're about to have branded on them?
What? What the fuck?
I was pausing it for a different reason, and then I just heard that. I'm sorry, what? A slash, and that's what they're gonna get branded. By that, I do hope, even though that's also very extreme, but I do hope he means a tattoo. Like a normal tattoo, and not like an actual brand type thing, you know, because that's too much, okay? With you being a very white man and you calling them slaves. You calling these little ladies your slaves. Okay. And that combined with the whole actual branding sound a little too close to history for me. Okay, that sound a little too Southern Carolina for me. Oh, I hope it's a tattoo, because I feel like you're stretching a boundary here, sir.
For me, they're an extension of me, and they represent me, so it's important to me that they look the part.
I'm sorry, but that really just gave me the ick so bad, because for some reason that just reminds me so much of like a toxic boss. Like a toxic boss, literally a toxic boss I have had very recently, where he's like, actually your work clothes have to be pristine. I know you're working like with paint and you're working with chemicals and like you're doing like a blue collar job, but it's so important to me because you are an extension of me. Okay, you represent me, so you have to look the part. I don't know how I feel about that. Why does he look so dead? I just noticed that, by the way. Why did they all look like kind of pleased and happy in this but this man looks like he ain't got a soul left in his body. My God. Why?
Yeah, I would consider them like my best friends.
We are not allowed to be romantic with each other, and I don't think any of us have any interest.
Okay, greedy. That's rude. Okay, sure, you don't have any interest. Sure, whatever. They're not allowed to. Okay, daddy. So you get to have 3, and they can't even explore with each other. Like, really? What, you scared they're gonna like each other more than you?
That either. No offense, I love you guys.
Yeah. I think all of us are straight.
Anytime that we leave the house for anything unexpected, we have to make sure that we ask permission to do so, and then along the way we have to check in and let them know what's going on and what we're doing, and continue to ask.
Like, how often though? You know? Like, you got a timer? You got a daddy timer?
Do you want to check in with Daddy now? We probably should.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Daddy.
Okay. She's like an actually nervous, like, child. Guys, do you think maybe we should check in with Daddy now? What do you think about that, huh? You think so? Should we maybe do that? You think, yeah? Yeah? Okay, good.
Never thought of it as anything but a positive. He just wants to know for safety reasons, not for any other.
I don't worry about losing my independence. I don't think I really even think about my independence. It doesn't mean much to me.
Oh, Lord. As a woman, your independence doesn't mean much to you. Like, sure. Like, sure. Yeah, okay. If that's what you want, sure. But, like, lady, a lot of people have fought for many, many years very hard for you to have this independence, for you to then just say, oh, it don't mean that much to me at all. Like, come on now.
Not allowed to have social media unless it's approved by me. I have access to all of their messages, all of their communications. They need approval to eat. Oftentimes they'll eat out of dog bowls. When they're with me, they don't sit.
That's I'm sorry, but that still is the weirdest part to me, but I guess it all makes sense when we saw the slave contract. But they eat out of dog bowls, dude, and they're all like, yeah, that's nice. Like, okay, sure, you can make like an argument for all these women wanting someone to decide everything of their lives, not having to make decisions or whatever. I know some people are like into that, but the eating out of dog bowls, like, humiliation when you're also, yeah, I know I keep coming back to this, I know, but it rubs me the wrong way when he has this contract where he uses the word slave, like they are his slaves, and he wants them to do like humiliation things. I don't like that, or the thought of that, because, okay, sure, but you're having your enslaved woman eating out of a dog bowl. Like, how is this nice for them? You know what I mean? Like, okay, sure, we can argue that, like I said, like, if you make the decisions and they think it's nice to, like, oh, ask for this and be protected supposedly and looked after, whatever. But eating out of a dog bowl on the floor, like, come on. That is not for them, and you know that. And there's no way you can argue, like,
Oh, I actually prefer eating out of a dog bowl.
like, no.
On the couch. This is a special day.
They're not allowed on the couch? Is that why they're sitting so weirdly? Because he doesn't allow his little puppies on the couch?
Approval to eat. Oftentimes they'll eat out of dog bowls. When they're with me, they don't sit on the couch. This is a special day. But yeah, they typically will sit on the floor. So the collars that these three wear are custom designed by me. To me, that literally...
Custom designed. It's a circle. Sure, custom design. I'm guessing like creatively designed, just like your little ownership logo, you know, just the 2 slashes. This is a very creative man we're dealing with here, you know.
I got my collar was a day I will remember for the rest of my life. I mean, it was probably the most important day.
Like, look at that. That is just a silver circle. That's just a silver bangle on your neck. That is, I'm sorry, that is so uncreative. Don't tell me you designed this. You didn't design shit. It's a circle. Liar.
It was a very special day. It was the biggest thing. I was in shock. Like, I think I just remember being completely shocked that he wanted to be with me long term.
I think it, for us, was a day that was kind of a turning point in our overall relationship. So it's something that I definitely hold very close.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a turning point in you. It's his relationship. You were married and exclusive, I imagine, maybe. And then suddenly he's like,
You know what? I would like to own you, call you my slave, have you eat off the floor like a little dog, and, you know, I would like to have 2 more to do that. You can't touch each other, only for me though.
I actually wanted to get a picture up today, so come on over.
Yes, Daddy.
Everybody in, everybody in. So a lot of times we get a lot of comments, not as much as you would think about multiple people, but a lot about the dynamic.
I don't like the infantilization I feel like I'm seeing here. That's what the slavery part, don't get me wrong, that one's like big ick. But I don't like the infantilization part of it too, because I feel like these 3 women are constantly trying to look and act very childlike. The infantilization is crazy, and I don't enjoy it. And the fact that you're mixing something like sexual or something so like, you know, taboo and like adult, like I said, with a very childlike presence. Like, look at these faces, you know? I'm not saying like women can't look like this, that's not what I'm saying. But you know, like, this is like very childlike tendencies. And they're like, Daddy. And they're doing like their little, like flapping their hands, like, thank you, Daddy. You know, it's not like, I don't know, it's just giving child, and I don't like it. And it's clear that he wants that, and the way he dresses them up as well is very like, well, anime style, to be completely honest. Like the mini skirt, the high boots, and like the oversized shirt, so they can have it up here and be like, you know, is like, I don't know, I don't like this mix. I really don't. It unsettles me. I need to see this, and so do you. I'm sorry. Let's look at this.
Dynamic itself, there's a lot of times because in our dynamic, none of the girls have safe words or limits. That's one of our #1 comments we get.
Yeah, because that's, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to yell in your ear. Yeah, because that's really weird. What do you mean you don't have safe words? See, these are the things I really don't like about this dude, because it seems like he's trying to take, like, sure, okay, yeah, their decisions, autonomy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Maybe some people like that. But the fact that he's taking away, like, their veto right, like it said in the contract too, like they had no veto right, like you were not allowed in any way to stop anything or say no. That's weird to me. I feel like if you're gonna have this type of heavy kink relationship, then at least you need to have things like safe words, things like so that you can actually stop before something goes horribly wrong for one of you. And the fact that he with 3 people as like the responsible, because if you're gonna be the dom like he is in this relationship, you technically are responsible for these 3 people. And the fact that you're being so incredibly irresponsible by not having any sort of safety for them it's honestly kind of unsettling. Because, like, that makes me question what you really want out of this. Like, I don't think you want everyone then to have, like, a good experience and to enjoy this the same way. I think you just want, well, slaves, I guess. Yeah. Very shady.
About how it's irresponsible and how people with experience would never do something like that. We have a lot of collective frustration. When we come across someone that doesn't really get it or that passes judgment, we all typically kind of pounce on.
Yeah, I don't like that. That makes me firmly in the I don't like this man category, because he's trying to take away like any sort of input from these 3 women about how they feel about their bodily autonomy. And that I think is very, very disgusting.
My friends and family chose to not accept this part of
obviously.
my life. And that's a struggle every day.
The more I learn about this, the creepier it gets to me, because I think this man thrives on this. Honestly, I'm passing judgment, and I think this man thrives on the fact that these women have like no other option at this point. It feels like he's isolating them from their family, which is really weird. There's some not okay things that this man is doing.
When I shared the relationship I was in with previous friends, I did receive a lot of judgment.
Yeah, you received judgments. I wonder why. Probably because like they're like, hey, this sounds very unsafe for you.
They weren't open to hearing about it or accepting that part of my life.
I had a conversation with like my dad about, you know, like, oh, like these poor girls are not allowed to sit on furniture. And it's like, well, right. It is.
Yeah, your dad has the right idea here. Even his dad is like, brother,
this guy stinks!
It's a choice, and like that's a rule that we have. It's been defined. They enjoy it. I enjoy it. So what's the issue? We see people.
Well, the thing is, like, sure, they enjoy it, but also per your contract and the way you behave with them, they're not allowed to tell you in any way, shape, or form if they don't enjoy it, and you have no safe word. So they can't even tell you if something's serious and they don't enjoy it.
When I first found out Scott had multiple partners, it was just him and his wife Brenda and Sam. I thought that was very odd, juggling more than one partner, especially when you're married.
I like this woman. We like you, Gwen, okay? Gwen, you have your head screwed on straight, okay? I like this woman. Yes, it's weird.
So what was your first reaction when I told you about this whole thing?
You know, I could never. I have one boyfriend and that's enough. I couldn't have.
Fair, very fair. Gwen seems like a normal, chill person, and I do wonder how these two became friends. How did that happen? She seems very different from you, my guy.
Imagine 3. How is it living life like day to day, the kids, work, school, all of that? How do you guys like manage to do that?
One of the things I love most about like the family aspect is like when something does happen, like someone has to go to the doctor, or someone has to run to the store, just like everyday life things.
Yeah,
like
just have an extra person.
Yeah, like some.
I mean, yeah, to be honest with that one, like Gwen, you know, I feel like she's a more normal person here. Because of course, yes, for that aspect, I would understand. But you can also achieve that by just living in polyamory. I don't know, like actual polyamory, not whatever this is, you know? Or you can just live with friends. You can have this sort of like community aspect in your home life without it being slavery, you know? But did they say that there's kids involved in this? Because I was really banking on the assumption that these 4 people do not have children and did not have any interest in having children because they want to live this weird life they have going on. Because if there are kids involved, that is 100% not okay. That is not a healthy thing to do. You should never put a child in a situation that is within your kink. That is wrong, purely wrong.
So out of all the comments you get, like how many people think that it's just straight misogyny or taking advantage of them?
I mean, a lot of it kind of is. If not just misogyny, really, then just it's weird, and not just like, oh my god, I don't get it, that's so weird, but like there's actual implications here, like with the wording used. Him, a white American man, has 3 women whom he explicitly refers to as his slaves. Yes, they have like names. Also, he gives them other names, like takes their names away, which, what the fuck? White man, America, like American white man, takes away their names, calls them slaves explicitly, has a slave contract where he owns them, where he also has the elements of 0 veto right from them. They don't even have a safe word. They have nothing that's responsible. That kind of like puts in the element of like, sure, but this is just a plaything between us. Like, I know that you're actually your own person. He has none of that. None. And he has them eating off the floor in dog bowls. So a humiliation aspect of it, for sure. They sit on the floor, not really allowed to sit on the furniture when they're around him. And it seems like they're the ones doing the housework. Not only that, but he's gonna brand them, he said. He wants to brand them with his own mark of ownership. And as if that's not enough in combination, he also has a metal collar around their neck, you know? I feel like we all know what that kind of alludes to and what that reminds us a lot of, you know? Like, are we not all thinking the same thing here? Are we not? Is it just me?
Choose to be in this, which in its own form is really just them still having the choice. So that's kind of the opposite.
So because they choose to be in it, but after they have chosen so, you have taken away every single right they have to regret that decision or to take away consent later, which is like a super important part of consent, to be able to understand that consent does not last forever and that you are able to take away consent. But you've removed that opportunity.
I think for me, it's just the trust that I have in Daddy to, I mean, I think he knows my mind better than I.
Ugh, I wonder if she cringed like I did there. Gwen, girl, I'm so sorry, Gwen.
I do, and he can direct my life better than I can.
Yeah, I definitely.
See, but this is what I mentioned earlier, right? If that was the actual thing and that was the extent of it, like that's where the whole control thing ended, then sure, I could defend it easily. Like it would be like, okay, yeah, they really like the whole like, oh, they don't have to make decisions, because genuinely a lot of people have like issues with that or trauma with that, or they have exhaustion based on like, okay, they don't want to make any more decisions. Okay, then if that makes you feel comfortable and safe that someone else is making those decisions for you, and that's all it is, then of course, the issue only comes with the implications of everything this man likes and is putting into these contracts. You are making sure they have no safe word. They have no veto right, like it said in your contract. They haven't even mentioned that, by the way. Haven't even mentioned that. But we read that in his fucking contract. We read that they have no veto at all, which means they cannot ever in any situation say like, nope, 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 that is a hard no for me. That is a hard no. I veto that. Absolutely not. Throw that out. That's what makes you disgusting, my guy. Not the other part, but those implications.
Growing up, like I was kind of forced to be really independent, and I did it for so long that I was like, I just want someone that's going to be there for me, that's going to help guide me, that's going to give me advice and structure.
See, exactly. This is what I was literally just saying. Like so many people have issues with this or trauma with this, where they've had to be like the responsible one for so long, and they are so exhausted and so tired of being the responsible one and making decisions and all these things, and they can find a healing relationship. I can see that implication of it, that you would like, it would help your trauma, or it would be a good thing for your trauma to work through in a safe space. But this is not a safe space because they have taken away every safety precaution. The fact that she has this backstory kind of makes it more exploitative for me with the way it is set up. That makes me feel ickier about it, because I feel like he is then taking advantage of a person who would easily be drawn to something like this, you know, because of her experiences. And that makes it worse.
I didn't have a lot of structure growing up, and so I feel like it was just something that I lacked and looked for.
Exactly.
And wanted a father figure in my life, not having
Exactly. Like, do you see, like, this is seeming more and more, the more layers of this onion we're peeling away, this seems more and more like a creepy, icky man who has seen something he can exploit. If you are not providing them a safe space to get out of this, if they were ever needed to, like immediately, like a safe word to like immediately stop it if something crosses a boundary, but you have taken that away and put that into the whole control aspect that they are craving, which is so fucked up. And people can say like, okay, well, I'm sure they can just kind of walk away from it. Well, sure, but the fact that he's kind of giving them this structure and control that they are saying they are craving because of their upbringing, and then he's also putting the whole no vetoing, no safe word, no nothing from you guys. He's putting that into the control aspect and the structure aspect. So it's kind of like, okay, you have all of this, but no right, and then I give you the structure, or I completely take it away if you try to assert yourself at all. That is exploitative.
I feel like the three of them have definitely mellowed me out a little bit and made me a little bit less harsh, because I definitely am a naturally harsh person.
Naturally harsh, huh?
For me, for people that judge, my message is simply just seek to understand, and then
I feel like I do have a greater understanding of this now, and the understanding does not put you in a nicer light. Let's just put it that way.
underneath all of it, there's people. And so I think taking the time to understand the people first, you have an easier time understanding why things are the way they are.
So that is Love Don't Judge. I control my girlfriends 24/7. I definitely came out of this disliking him a lot more than when I went into it. And it's all the weird little elements he's putting in that I don't like the implications of. And also, of course, like they mentioned in the video, the thing they get the most like criticism for. It is irresponsible of a person who is then technically a dom in this type of relationship to have no sort of safety regulation for the 3 other individuals involved in this relationship. Why would you not want that? It's just so weird to me. Like, why is that such a thing for you? Is it a turn on for you that they can't say no? Like, do you not see the implications of all the things you're doing? You can easily fix this by simply adding in regulations in your contract or whatever that gives the women some autonomy. At the very least, to just say like, no, this is not something I'm comfortable with doing. And sure, I'm not saying like that he will never listen to them, because we don't know that, you know? If they say no, maybe he listens, you know? You never know. But I find it very suspect if you have to involve that in your contract, and that's part of this like fantasy that you really like, that they can't say no. And that if they do, you don't have to listen because they have no veto. They have no safe word. They have no power. I don't like that aspect of it. And that part is suspicious. And those are all my thoughts on this topic. And as much as it might not seem like it, I do actually enjoy this. I do find it interesting to discuss these topics and to talk. I often think that these things aren't actually going to be so bad, but with this one, I actually do feel it ended up being a bit worse than I expected when I went into it, which is interesting and new for me, but maybe I'm completely off. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I would love to open up a discussion, or for people to like tell me what they think about this. Am I overreacting, or seeing some of the same aspects that I'm seeing here? If you have any thoughts on this, please do leave them in the comment section. I would love to read them. Love to know what you think about this. If you enjoyed the video, then leave a like if you'd like to. You know, that is quite nice. It makes me see what you enjoy watching, which is always nice. And subscribe if you would like to follow along. And I will see you in the next one. So bye!